Imagine waking to the news that a virtually unknown army colonel has suddenly become the president of an entire nation. That's precisely what happened in Madagascar. Colonel Michael Randrianirina, a name few recognized just weeks ago, now holds the highest office after a swift and stunning coup. But how did this happen, and who is this man? Colonel Randrianirina's rise to power is a story of simmering discontent, military maneuvering, and a nation yearning for change. 6 days after launching a military coup, he was sworn in as the leader of Madagascar. This power grab followed weeks of escalating anti-government protests, largely fueled by young people demanding a new direction for their country. So, who exactly is Colonel Michael Randrianirina? He hails from the Andry region, one of Madagascar's poorest areas, highlighting a potential connection to the economic grievances driving the protests. He served as the governor of Andry between 2016 and 2018, giving him some experience in governance, however limited. Before that, he commanded an infantry battalion in the neighboring Andry region, suggesting a solid military background. But here's where it gets controversial. Randrianirina has been a long-standing and outspoken critic of Andry Rajoelina, the very president he ousted. This animosity suggests the coup might have been driven by personal ambition as well as broader political concerns. Was it purely about the people, or was there a personal vendetta at play? And this is the part most people miss. Randrianirina's path to the presidency wasn't exactly smooth. In November 2023, just before the presidential election, he was arrested and accused of plotting a mutiny. The authorities threw him into the infamous Tsiafahi prison, notorious for its harsh conditions. He claims he spent most of his 3-month detention in a military hospital rather than the prison itself. Ultimately, he received a 1-year suspended prison sentence for undermining state security. Released in early February 2024. After Rajoelina's re-election, he found himself without a command post. He described himself and another officer as working in the shadows, a cryptic phrase that hints at clandestine activities. He said he spent his time at home, cooking and playing soccer. Some might find this hard to believe. It remains unclear precisely when Randrianirina assumed command of the elite Capsat military unit, the very unit that ultimately rebelled against Rajoelina. What is clear is that on a Saturday, his soldiers joined the anti-government demonstrations, and he publicly called for Rajoelina's resignation. Riding on an armored car alongside the protesters, Randrianirina became the de facto leader of the uprising, which had previously lacked a visible figurehead. This dramatic entrance solidified his position and paved the way for his swift ascent to power. Now, here's a point sure to spark debate. The international community has widely condemned Randrianirina's coup. The United Nations and the African Union have voiced their disapproval, with the latter suspending Madagascar's membership. Is this condemnation justified, or is it an overreach by international bodies interfering in Madagascar's internal affairs? Some argue that the coup, while undemocratic, may be necessary to address the deeply rooted issues plaguing the country. Randrianirina's actions raise profound questions about democracy, legitimacy, and the role of the military in politics. Was this a necessary evil or a dangerous precedent? What future does Madagascar have under his leadership? What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below.